Essentially, we started this project sometime in 2006, and the project involved building a Indian-made boat and sailing around the world solo. Uh, so it, mm, this idea originated from Admiral Auti. I'm sure most of you would have heard of him. Very young man at 86. So त्यांची idea होती आणि then we built the boat. 2008 we built the boat. We found a boat builder who, now that everything is done fine, people say that he was as mad as us, because this is the first sailboat he was building in his life. I had never seen a boat being built. Ratnakar had never built a sailboat in his life. तर असं आम्ही एक लंगडा आणि एक लुला अशा दोघांनी मिळून ती बनवली बोट. आणि I think we built a good boat because now she's done 2.5 times she circumnavigated the earth. So yeah, 2008 we built the boat. 2009 I started my trip. I came back in 2010, and when I was coming back at the last stop in Cape Town, Abhilash was my solo shore support crew. He used to come in every port, and he helped me repair the boat and get me ready for the lake. So it's not factually correct to say that this is the first time he circumnavigated. This is the second time he circumnavigated. The first time he circumnavigated by air, running from airport to airport. Yeah, and I used to quite envy him actually, because I was 30 days by sea, and this guy would just go back to India, book his next ticket, and come in the next port. Anyway, so when he came to Cape Town, we were thinking of what to do next, and Admiral Auti was very keen that you should raise the bar and do something more challenging. Now that we have the experience, we have a boat and so on. So that's when this idea germinated, that solo non-stop circumnavigation. And then he was obviously the best choice, because he knew the boat more than anybody else. And then to train him, while in Cape Town, we also got to know about a race from Cape Town to Rio. So we made that as a pretext. We came back, we told the Navy that we should take part in that race. And yeah, in November 2010, we sailed out to Rio, from here to Cape Town and Cape Town to Rio. Took part in the race, and at Rio, I finally got off the boat. First time ever I was getting off the boat. And he sailed the boat back from Rio to Cape Town with one officer, and from Cape Town to Goa alone. So that was the first time he sailed solo. That was 2011. For some reason, the Navy just kept, did not allow that solo non-stop to happen. And we were quite, actually, quite depressed. Everybody was in low spirit. Me, Ratnakar, Abhilash. Why is the Navy not allowing this to happen? But on hindsight, well, next year they allowed it to happen. Meanwhile, he had done a trip to Southeast Asia and sailed a little more and was looking after the boat in Goa. And then once the Navy gave the go-ahead for it in June of 2012, we started preparing for this. And on 1st November, Abhilash left from Gateway. So, and yeah, on 31st March, he was back. All of you saw him on 6th of April. But he was already back on 31st of March. The reason was that the president wanted to receive him, and you can't keep the president of a country sitting in Bombay and tell him ki, boat जेव्हा येईल तेव्हा येईल आम्ही बघू म्हणून. And we couldn't predict his time even about 4 hours before your arrival. We couldn't predict his time. And we could predict his day 1 day before arrival, that's it. So then we had to give a date, so we gave a date of 6th April. And he came back, and then yeah, he went out in the morning again. It was similar to what I had to stay in harbor for about 4 days and then go out and do it for the vice president. Well, I think the stakes have to be higher for the president, so you 6 days. So I think he was looking quite like आत्ताच आलाय म्हणून बाहेरनं असं. नेव्हीच्या लोकांनी म्हणाले होते की आंघोळ पण नका करू. म्हटलं असं नाही, दॅट इज इन ह्युमन लाईफ, आपल्यालाच त्रास होईल त्याचा. सो वेल ही हॅड अ शॉवर, या. सो असं करून परत आला. अँड या, दॅट्स द स्टोरी, द सम टोटल ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट.